Hey, what's up guys, it's LOZA, and today we're going to be talking about the grim future for Dark Magician and what I think is being foretold by all of these cards releasing. Now my very first point, or my first subject of today, is going to be the new Apprentice card, which I've already made a video on, so you should go check that out. The Nightmare Apprentice supports the Nightmare archetype, which is obviously a remake of Spellcasters and essentially a remake of Dark Magician in some ways with the Nightmare Magician. And here we have the literal copy-paste of this card, the Apprentice Illusion Magician, which we all know in Dark Magician was a sensational card when it was a V-Jump promo. Unfortunately, as time has gone on, this card is not as good as it was back in the day. However, this new card is just a better version of it. It summons itself by discarding a card, much like Apprentice. Its name's also Apprentice. It's got the same stats. I actually heard someone say it's got Dark Magician Girl's stats and Apprentice Illusion Magician's effect. I was like, bruh, like, what are you talking about? It was a funny comment, though. But anyway, so if it's normal or specialed, add an Illusion monster from deck to hand. So immediately better than Illusion Apprentice Illusion over here, because she only adds DM. So this literally will add you anything. And then this third effect is the typical illusion effect that's been on all the illusion cards, which is if it battles a monster, neither is destroyed by that battle, which is a very anime effect, I feel. I feel like that's almost a reflection of the first gen of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not sure why, but it gives me that vibe. Anyway, it doesn't have the discard from hand, Dark Honest kind of effect. However, this is obviously a copy-paste of this card. I mean, the artworks are even like the same as well. I don't think it's a stretch to say that. If you want to call me Cope in the comments, go for it. But like, these are the same cards, let's be real. So what's grim about this is, obviously the Illusion archetype is its own thing, but they're kind of rebooting Dark Magician in a much more good way. We may have to shift to this in future, which I'm not opposed to, but it does make me feel bad to not play the OG deck. We'll have to see what the future Illusion support is like, and if we can actually play Dark Illusion Magician as a deck. But yeah, that's a topic for later. But my main point is this is the first bit of alarming support that makes me worry as a Dark Magician player, that our deck's not only going to be forgotten about, but all new support that could be for DM is just going to go towards this illusion kind of DM, right? So that's really depressing. My next bit of evidence for this, I don't have a reference pick here, but you could just have Monster Reborn. Spell card Monster Reborn. So this is point number 2, or topic number 2. We all know that this was a V-Jump promo, and much like Apprentice, this is why this ties in. This was a V-Jump promo for DM. So it's not far-fetched to see Dark Magician on the main artwork of the card and go, damn, it's a V-Jump promo for DM. Obviously, there was a Monster Reborn card being flipped, but plenty of other cards have cards being, like, a card art on them, right? And sometimes they reference that card, sometimes they don't. So I thought this was just a banger manga screenshot that they wanted to use for a DM quick play card. And I thought, awesome, this could be really good. Obviously, the spell card name got leaked. Spell card Monster Reborn. Did not give me hope. Did not give me any hope. We prayed for a secondary effect to be tied into Dark Magician. There's not one. And I know a lot of people are like, well, it's an anime screen cap of when like they use Monster Reborn as a quick play. Like, why would it have ties to DM? And I think you know why it should have ties to DM. The duel it's referencing is 2 Dark Magician players versing each other, for a start. 2, DM is all over the card art. I should say ABC. A, it's 2 DM duelists playing. B, DM's on the art. 70 to 80% of the art is the best looking Dark Magician on a spell card we've seen. This tops the Soul Servant art easily. Easily. Anyway, if I could make a C point, it would be, we need more DM support. But anyway, they're my ABCs for point number 2, or topic number 2. This was a massive letdown for most of us. And there's people saying stupid shit in the comments, like, why did you think you were going to get DM support? Like, once again, V-Jump promos have been known to be an anime support, and this is very much anime support. It's just not DM support. So I don't think it was too far-fetched to see the artwork and think DM support. Yes, when the name got revealed, we still copiumed and said maybe it'll have a DM thing, but unfortunately it did not. But that could have been a cool thing going forward if the DM cards were the spell card, Monster Reborn, spell card, Swords of Revealing Light, or something like that. Could have been really nice. But no, they're not really printing any new Dark Magician cards by the looks of things. Based on those 2 points alone, right? The Apprentice Illusion and Illusion Archetype, along with this, makes me feel scared for the future. And that brings us to our final point. Mirage Swordsman and Mirage Knight. Now, this one I copped a lot of flack. I got ratioed in my comments for as well. So look, apologies. apparently I have the wrong take here, but excuse fucking me for thinking that this card should probably have something to do with the card on the right. Mirage Swordsman, clearly a upgrade, remake even, of a card from over 20 years ago. It might even be close to 25, maybe that's a stretch. But from 20-ish years ago, I'm like, great, one of the cool boss monsters from the anime that Yugi and Joey fused their guys together, and then that guy died, and then this guy comes out, and he kind of looks like Mahad when you think about it. He's kind of Mahad with the big banana scythe. I was stoked to see he was getting a remake. And unfortunately, they've taken everything about him. The light part becomes fire, the stars are the same, the attack and defense are the same. It's clearly the same card, or the same idea, but they've shifted to be pure Flame Swordsman support. And once again, there's nothing wrong with that. People seem to get very offended by the words I use. There's nothing wrong with that. The card's not so bad, because people got upset that I called it bad as well. Once again, guys, it's a piece of cardboard, and I'm just giving my honest opinion, right? I'm not personally attacking anyone who likes Flame Swordsman, or likes the archetype, or, you know, I'm not personally attacking you. I'm just calling it how I see it, and this card seems like a fat piece of shit. First of all, if they're going to remake Mirage Knight, a card that summons from the deck and is a massive brick, obviously they've made it less bricky, but let's be real. This should be an extra deck card. Mirage Knight should have always been an extra deck card for a start. So I think this was a failed remake from the get-go because this wasn't in the extra deck. This should have been a link. It could be a fusion. It really doesn't matter. It should be an extra deck card, and it's as simple as that. So I do think they missed the mark with this. Like, main decking this in maybe Infinoble's probably the best way to use it. Even then, I don't know. I don't know. It's all days gone, so I don't know. But anyway, the main point is this missed the mark for me. Obviously, as a DM player, it's just not DM, so there's not much more to say there. But in terms of its actual remake, I also thought they missed the mark. Because when you read its effect, it's kind of got Dark Flare Knight's effect, where you destroy both battling monsters when it battles, which isn't quite Dark Flare Knight's effect, but you can see where they're going with it. It's not Mirage Knight's effect either. It's kind of like a halfway point, which is a bit awkward. It's also summoned when a face-up fire fusion is destroyed by battle or card effect. Special this card from hand or grave, which is a bit weird. It's not from deck, okay? So it's not... Obviously, from deck's weird, but, like, if they're keeping Mirage Knight and Mirage Swordsman, why wouldn't it be hand deck grave? Like, right? Why wouldn't this be hand deck grave? I'm going really in-depth here because last time I spoke about this card, I offended the comment section, right? I'm going to be real critical here and go over all the reasons why I think it's shit. And feel free to call me out and say Mirage Swordsman's actually a good card, but, like, this is my opinion on what they should have done better. So for one, let's use the letter system again. Point 3A, this should be an extra deck card. Point 3B, ultimately, point 3A should be a DM card, or a DM mixed Flame Swordsman card. It doesn't have to be predominantly DM. It can be a mix, like Dragoon. Dragoon is a mix. I don't care what anyone says. Dragoon works in both Red Eyes and DM. Some people say, no, it's Red Eyes, no, it's there. Shut up. All of you are wrong. It's literally both. It's both. And this card should have been both. And if you think I'm wrong, I mean, look at Dragoon. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway. Point number A, this should be tied into DM in some way. So 3A should have been DM related somehow. 3B, this card specials are from from grave or hand, not deck. So what that screams to me is, screw that, put this in the extra deck. Oh, sorry, my point B was this should be an extra deck. Point C should be this card. If they were going to make it a main deck, it should summon from deck. It should be special this card from hand, graveyard, or deck. It's that simple. It should be banished zone too. Make the card able to come out from anywhere. Just make it able to come out from anywhere. It's not going to be broken. Just let it come out from anywhere. Be fine. That would be a better reference to this Mirage Knight, right? It would make a lot more sense. A lot more sense. Obviously, this is an updated version of the effect where it doesn't have to be Dark Flare Knight. Great, but they didn't update the rest of it, which is a bit weird. Anyway. Next effect. At the start of the damage step, when battles opponent's monster, destroy both. Weird, because Mirage Knight is not that. Mirage Knight wins the fight. Always. So during damage calc, he gains attack equal to the original monster's attack. So in theory, he always wins a fight, right? That was kind of his gimmick. He could beat anything in a 1v1. That was the gimmick of the show. That's how they beat 5 God Dragon and whatnot. So this is not quite it. But then it's got another effect, and this is where the Mirage Knight, the Dark Flare Knight, rather, effect kind of comes in. If this card's destroyed by battle or another card effect, you can special summon a level 7 or lower monster that is Flame Swordsman or matches it from deck or extra deck. So, this is kind of more the Dark Flare Knight effect to special something really cool. And this would have been, like this should have been on a new Dark Flare Knight. Once again, point number D, or is this still point C? I don't even remember. But anyway, D/C, this should just be on a Dark Flare Knight. The fact we didn't get a new Dark Flare Knight to go with this is a hate crime. They've kind of just put it into this card as well, which I think sucks. Dark Flare Knight's one of my favorite DM cards, and it getting a retrain would have been really nice, considering they gave the card it summons a retrain. So another reason why I think they did this dirty. Ultimately, none of these points correlate to my original idea, which is DM support's not happening. But you can see through all these points, this card is bad. And also, it's not DM support. And it looks like Konami is not focusing at all. Like, they're not even giving a slight hint of DM cards. And I know some people will say, well, Dark Magician has so many cards. Okay, brother, try to play the deck. Try to find a cohesive strategy with the 50 cards we have. Because I promise you, out of the 50 cards we have, 4 of them are playable. And they get played in other decks better, okay? Illusion of Chaos, Souls, Dragoon, off the top of my head are the 3 best DM cards. They do better in archetypes that are not DM. You can't argue with that. That is just a fact, based on pure results. Look at Subterra Guru with Dragoon. Look at Branded Fusion with Dragoon. Look at any deck when Anaconda's legal, right? Like, it is a fact. Oh, look at Spiral. Spiral nearly got Magician Souls banned. Come on. So, it's a fact that DM cards that are good are too generically good that they're abused by other decks. It's also a fact that DM has too many archetype cards. I get it. There's too much support for Dark Magician of Blue Eyes. I get it. But hear me out. These decks are terrible. It doesn't matter if they got wave after wave after wave. It would need to be good support. Because this is the level of what's happening to our cards. Not only are we not getting them, they're being taken away from us, and they're still bad. It's kind of ironic. I'm going to come back to Apprentice real quick because I think that's a good way to finish. This is a perfect example of what the future of DM may look like. It may just be us moving on to playing illusion cards because they are the worm to dragon, right? This is the new thing. They're just redoing archetypes again because Konami's like, well, we've done everything we can with this. We're going to move on and reboot it because we fucked it up. So that's really depressing in my opinion. It's really depressing. But please let me know in the comments what you're thinking of this whole 2024 issue. It really is not looking good for Dark Magician. Dragoon is still banned on Master Duel, and honestly, the deck just doesn't do anything in the TCG. We can at least play Red Eyes Fusion, Dragoon spam, but it's still not great. Please let me know in the comments what you're thinking for DM going forward. I don't want to dishearten anyone from the deck, but wow, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Like, I'm about to go back into my work mode and not really be making videos and streaming, sadly. And like, I don't think there's going to be anything to talk about when I come back. It's really depressing. But I honestly think, if anything does come up, I'll make a video, don't worry. But I'm kind of upset. Like, I just don't think this deck has anything left, unfortunately. It looks like it's all getting moved into other resources, other reboots for other archetypes, instead of giving us anything. It's strange. It's a really strange feeling after getting Dragoon. Dragoon's so many years ago now. Feels surreal. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this topic, what you think of this rant style video with little to no editing and more so just a podcast of me ranting. I know some people love podcasts, some people hate them, so there's a comment section down there. Tell me how you really feel. Just like I told you how I feel about your cards and these cards and everything. Let's be honest. Let's sit down and be honest with each other and get stuff solved. That way we can get through everything without sugarcoating it all. Anyway, it has been an absolute pleasure, and I thank you so much to everyone who likes, comments, subscribes, and supports me in whatever ways they can. People who are the channel members, I absolutely love you guys. The DM Royals. Whenever I stream, I get those same 20 people in there, and I love you guys. You're the best. Shoutouts to Godney Grapes, Dredgehog. There's a whole bunch of others, but you guys are honestly legends. So big thank. Really appreciate all the support when I stream too. I'll try to keep that up, but it is really hard, and I've been playing a lot of Pal World, so that's been taking up my time instead of crying on Master Duel. But anyway, I'm gonna go, but hope to see you guys soon with good DM news. And don't forget to stay subscribed, even if you're backing out of the deck, because I'll always bring you updates on the deck and my progress with it and results. And anyone who gets results, I'll make sure to make a video. Anytime there's a new card drop, I'll make a video. You know me. I'm the DM guy. Anyway, good night. Have a fantastic day, night / afternoon. And bye-bye.